It's that time. We have to talk about it. The fire spoilers for this week. And when I have to compare them versus this week and last week, both times, this is about how I feel. Well, let us begin. Well, let's begin with the card that all of us wish was better. Wish it could target more of the things. Wish it was more playable. Surtur, the Sand Giant. 5 Fire Will. 1500, 1500. The Sand Giant Resonator. Whenever this card is dealt damage, you may search your deck for a Sand Resonator with total cost 3 or less and put it into the field, then shuffle your deck. 3 Fire Runes. Enter, this card deals 800 to each Resonator. For his effects, they work good. Now, if we had more than one Sand Resonator to target, that would be helpful. If his effect was, since he's 5 costs, if it, for say, did 1,000 to each Resonator, be a little bit of a buff. His stats for his cost, better than most we've seen. Except the glaring problem with him is his cost, and he only has 1 Resonator to target. With requiring 5 Fire Will, I minimum can only play him on turn 4 with coin or on turn 5. What makes it even harder is if I'm running dual color, because then if I hit any other stone except for a fire stone, I cannot play him till turn 6, turn 7, turn 8. It just becomes a negative power play. As well as if I have another board and I have played enough runes, he will kill them. Now, if he said deal 800 to target Resonator, or do 1000 to target Resonator, or do 1000 to all but Fire Resonators, to only Fire Resonators, if it wasn't so blanket and generic to where it could wipe out my own field when I play him, and he would summon something a little better than the Searing Wall of Sand that he can summon, I would say he'd do a little better than his rating that we are giving him of 2 stars. In general, he costs too much. If you lowered the cost, you could lower the stats. That's fine. But he cannot be dual colored, and he can only seem to find Mr. Han Solo here. So that's about it. He's gonna come in at 2 stars currently. Yeah, we will do an updated list once all the spoilers are out of cards that we feel deserve a second chance and more of a better rating. But for right now, he's gonna stick at 2 stars. Next up, we have Han Solo. Well, 1 Fire, 2 Void Will. 0, 1500. He is a Sand Wall. 1 Fire, this card gains 200 attack till end of turn. I don't like this card. We have seen much better walls in this game that can soak up damage. We have others that your opponent must attack if able. We have walls that ignore the first damage that gets dealt to them. We have others that can block flyers. His flavor text reads that the Scorching Sands provide to be the greatest defense, when we have a lot of better defense. He falls short in every category except for his defense for his cost. That can't really make up for it. His effect isn't good, and he starts with 0 attack. He is going to come in at 2 stars. Yes, he can be pulled by Surtur, but I'd rather like to pull another better Resonator, but this is our only target right now. Next up, we have the best card for these reveals. Oh no, is that spoilers for the spoilers considering we're not to the last card yet? Well, maybe. Ruins Beneath the Sands. 2 Fire Will. Addition. At the end of your turn, this card deals 200 damage to target opponent or resonator. If there are 4 more runes revealed from your rune area, it deals 400 damage instead. Right away, the second part of its effect does not require a specific color of runes to be played, thus this card can be dual colored into any deck and you can play any runes with it, and it will still be able to achieve its full effect. It's also guaranteed damage to resonators to kill tokens, or to your opponent to make it good in a burn deck. Its cost is fine at 2 fire, or it's an addition. Most of the addition hate is in green and white, and right now one of the top decks we are seeing is red-black Keurig. Not too much to fear from the other colors right now. So all in all, this card's gonna come in at a solid 3.5 stars. Just because there's so much addition counterplay though in those 2 colors to keep it out of being a 4-star card. So we're gonna stay to our rating currently. Next up we have something that generally just disappointed me. Sandora's Invasion. 2 fire, 3 void, divinity 3 chant rune. You may pay 1 less to play this from your rune area. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may put a fire resonator with total cost 1, a fire resonator with total cost 2, and or a fire resonator with total cost 3 from among them into your field. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. Right away this card seems fine, except it's 4 cost. Yes, you can get 3 resonators out of it, but through our playtesting and our trials with other cards that look at the top 5 and let you pick one, as well as what we've seen from those polls when we do the top 5, generally you hitting a 1, 2, and 3 cost resonator in that might happen 15-20% of the time. You're more likely to hit a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 3, yeah, something along those lines. You're not going to get its full value off, making it either a dud, it's going to send something you need to the bottom of your deck, or you're just generally not going to get off what you want. To go for the whole Hail Mary there and get the 6 worth of resonators onto the fields, it's going to take some luck. Plus, if you're running this and you're wanting to run a dual color and other colors of resonators, it can't target them. Thus, if you pulled a 1-drop fire, or a 2-drop fire, and a 3-cost blue, you can only play the 2 fire, and you're left a little disappointed. Plus, it's Divinity 3, yeah, and I'm not the biggest fan of Divinity 3 cards, just because of how you have to fit them into your rune deck, where you can only run 3 Divinity 3 and a Divinity 1, 2 Divinity 3, 2 Divinity 2. Well, I feel they're a little restrictive to having a 5-card rune deck. I like to be able to play every card in my rune deck. So this card's gonna come in at 2.5 stars. It's due to its cost, its divinity, and it's completely just you guessing and praying that you can hit the 3 resonators that you want to hit. Fire for this time did not do good. It's underrepresented, and it generally just is gonna need some better cards after this and last week's sets. We do not have good hopes for Fire right now.
Guys, thanks for checking out this video. We're gonna try a new format here, so if you like the shorter video format to get more in-depth with the card spoilers, please let us know. And if you like our content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and visit our other previously made videos. Thank you very much for viewing Volta Will. You guys have a good day.